Let's meet the victim, Mr. Ravindra Singh, a Mumbai-based online trader who needs your help. Today morning, he received a telephone call from an anonymous person. Let's take a step back and see what happened.
Mr. Singh, I am customer care executive from the ATM division of Paisa Bank head office, Bangalore.
Yes, tell me.
Sir, I wanted to inform you that your ATM debit card is at risk and will be blocked soon.
What? Can you please confirm your identity first?
Sure, sir. My name is Sandesh and let me share your debit card details to confirm my identity. Sir, as per our records, your card number is 1234567800 with PIN 6789.
That's right. But why are you blocking my card?
Sir, you need not worry. There is some technical glitch on our server. However, you can avoid the blocking of your card. We are sending you a link to your email ID to help you activate the card. As this was a problem from our end, the bank is also sending you the link to redeem loyalty points after you activate the card. Sir, I would like to inform you that you can use these points to claim up to 50% discount on any of the retail or food outlet.
That is great.
Sir, I can remain online to help you activate the link shared through email and verify it from our end. However, I would need some details from you to complete this process.
That would be great. Thanks for the help. I have clicked the link that you sent. But wait, it is asking for CVV of my card.
Yes, sir. When you enter your CVV, things get processed fast at our end.
Okay. I have entered the CVV now.
Sir, there is one OTP that you must have received on your email to claim the loyalty points.
Oh yes. I will enter it now.
Sir, I would like to inform that your details have been updated at our end and now you need to switch off your mobile phone for a smooth updating process. You can restart this after 10 minutes.
Okay, no problem. Thanks for helping me out.
My pleasure, sir. However, there is a request. Please do not inform anyone as this process is confidential.
Sure.
After receiving the ATM card details and online banking login details, the fraudster logged into net banking and activated international transactions. He increased POS transactions limit and then made several online transactions for purchasing goods, electronic equipment, mobile and direct-to-home, DTH, recharge, etc. Within few hours, he succeeded in carrying out transactions worth 2,50,000 rupees. Soon, Ravindra came to know that he was a victim of cyber fraud and he approached the local police station. He filed a complaint and provided appropriate details to Inspector Budhishali. Do you know Ravindra was the victim of a vishing attack? Vishing or voice phishing is like phishing, but instead of email, the fraudster uses a telephone to obtain sensitive personal and financial information of the victim. Let's try to identify the modus operandi of the phishing crime committed here. Click each step listed here to view the modus operandi of the crime. Fraudster makes a phone call posing as a bank executive for card validation and sent a phishing email. Victim questions the authenticity of the caller. Fraudster provides the debit card details and initiates the purchase using card details and bank credentials. Bank sends an OTP to Ravindra's phone, which the fraudster provides as proof for online transactions. The fraudster succeeds in making the victim share the OTP to complete the fraudulent purchase. The fraudster completes the fraudulent transactions using phishing and vishing techniques. Inspector Bhudishali now asks Gargi to register an FIR under relevant sections. But Gargi looks confused. Thank you for taking up this case study on phishing and vishing.